For factorization of 3 algebraic terms, your answer will have 2 brackets. When you are familiar with expansion, this factorization is easier for you. So you need to get yourself understand well in expansion before you start doing factorization. Okay, let's see the first question. Your answer will have 2 brackets. Okay, in order to get x squared, so x squared, it can come from x squared multiplied with 1, or it can come from x multiplied with x. So when I do factorization, x squared, if I put it as x squared multiplied with 1, and then y squared also the same. It can be y squared multiplied with 1, or 1 multiplied with y squared, and y multiplied with y. So let's say if I get it as y multiplies with y to get y squared. So you can see when you do expansion, this is x squared, and then you will get x squared y, where this term is not in the question. You do not want to get this term x squared y. So when you finish let us finish the expansion, y, and then multiply this, you'll get y, and you multiply this, you will get y squared. So you see there is how many terms? X squared, y, y squared. You get 4 terms, whereby the question required is only 3 terms. So in order to get xy, okay, in order to get the term xy, you must have x and y separate, so that when you do expansion, you will get xy here and xy here, right? So we do not want this x squared y and this y squared. So you can try and error. But for this question, we know that we must put x multiply with x to get x squared, and then y multiplies with y to get y squared. So to get xy, you must expand this xy and xy. So you have xy and xy. So when xy, when you add these two together, you will get 2xy. So both xy must be positive. So you must put a positive here. And this is equals to x plus y square. You can double check your answer by doing expansion. Okay, next for the second question. It's almost similar. The question is similar, almost the same. The difference is only negative sign here. So to get x squared, you must have x multiplies with x to get an x squared, and to get y squared, you must have y multiplies with y to get y squared. And to get an xy term, you must expand this xy and xy. When you have xy and xy, now you want to get negative 2xy. So you must have negative xy minus xy, so that you can get negative 2xy. So both xy must be negative. And this is also same as x minus y square. For these two questions, it becomes more complicated, because we will see it. You can see from the question, it is 4x squared instead of x squared just now. So for 4x squared, we have a higher possible outcomes. You have more possible outcomes, whereby you can see 4x squared It can be from, so as what we have discussed in question 1, we have to separate the x. So we do not want the x squared at one side, so we do not want to put the x squared here and 1 here, so we don't want this. It can be 4x multiplied with x, 4x squared, or 2x multiplied with 2x, so 2x multiplies with 2x, and 9y squared can be from 9y multiplies with y, and 3y multiplies with 3y. These are all the possible outcomes. So when we do factorization for these 3 algebraic terms, we need to do a try and error. So we have 2 brackets and we'll factorize it. Try and error. So first I can try with 4x and x here. So I try with this, and then I try with 3y. So let's try. When I do expansion, this will get 4x squared, and this I will get 9y squared. And to get the term of xy, I have to multiply, I have to expand this. I'll get 3xy and expand this. 4 times 3 is 12, 12xy. So in order to get a negative 12xy, so how can it be possible to become negative 12? If I positive negative here, it's not possible to become negative 12xy, so this is not possible. So let's try another one. So I continue with 4x, and this time I try with 9y and y, so that I can have 9xy, and then I have 4xy. To get it closest to negative 12xy and negative 9, negative 4, but this is negative 13xy, so this is not possible as well. So this time I try with, so I know this is not possible, so this time I try with 2x. So 2x multiplies with 2x to get negative 12. So I try with 3y multiplies with 3y. Then when I do expansion, 3 times 2, I have 6xy, and here 3 times 2, I have 6xy. In order to get a negative 12xy, I can put it as negative 6 and negative 6. So negative 6xy, negative 6xy to get negative 12xy. So I have to put negative here. So this, I found out that the factorization for this is, the factor is 2x minus 3y multiplies with 2x minus 3y. So this is the workings, and this is also equals to 2x minus 3y square. And you can double check your answer by doing expansion. Okay, for question 4, negative 2x squared. So for negative 2x squared, can be from negative 2x multiplies with x, or 2x multiplies with negative x. So these are the possible outcomes, possible factors for negative 2x squared. And for 5, there's only one possibility, that is 5 multiplies with 1, or 1 multiplies with 5 is still the same. Then I try with the first, negative 2x and x, and then 5 and 1. So I can try with 1, 5, so that when I do expansion, 5 times 2, I have 10x, and this is negative 10x, and I have x. In order to get a negative 9x, so I must put a positive here so that I get negative 9x. So this is negative 10x, and this is x. So negative 10x, must put positive so that when I expand this, I get negative 10x, and to get an x, I must put positive. So when I expand this, I get an x. So this is the factors. This is the answer, negative 2x plus y plus 1 and x plus 5. Then I can try with, just now I tried with this. This time I try with this, 2x, negative x, and then I try with 1 and 5. So when I do expansion, this, I get 10x, and this I get negative x. So in order to get negative 9x, I must have this, I must have negative 10x and plus with x and plus with x. In order to get the plus, I must put a negative here, so that negative get positive. So this term I must have negative 10x, so negative 10x, put a negative here, so when I expand this, I'll get negative 10x, and to get this positive x, I will have negative here, negative 1 multiplies with negative x, I can get negative x, I can get positive x. So this is the answer. This is another possible factors. 2x minus 1, negative x minus 5. You can double check it by doing an expansion. So when you expand this out, 2x multiplies with negative x, you will get negative 2x squared, and multiplies with negative 5, so you get negative 10x, and this get positive x, and this will get plus 5. Negative 2x squared minus 9x plus 5. So you can double check your answer by doing expansion. So for question 4, you can have 2 answers.